because questions and asking means you're awake. You know, sometimes as parents we get annoyed because your child asks so many questions. Would you just shut up? What? But I want you to know that that is an awake mind. They're supposed to ask questions. They're supposed to challenge. They're supposed to know something and want to know how things work. I used to say to my mother, I hear what you're saying, but I need to know why you're thinking this so that when I'm not with you, I know how to think. And so I probably was quite annoying. But might say I still am, whatever. But what I want to talk about today is really allowing ourselves to look at nature and how it functions and how we are connected to that process. And so one of the things that we experience here in Charlotte is the Four Seasons. Now, it's interesting, not everybody experiences it. But we're fortunate enough to experience the Four Seasons, and I'm so happy to say that winter is short and sweet, because where I came from, it could get really challenging. So I want to look at the season we're stepping into and what it represents in terms of our personal lives. But before we do that, I want to read something about change. Creation means a giving of form to the substance of mind or spirit. Spirit being all and only, there is nothing for it to change into but itself. Therefore, it is the changeless within which must take place all change or manifestation of itself. The infinite of itself is formless, but within it are contained all the forms which give expression to its consciousness. Spirit is a limitless within which is all space. Spirit is timeless within which is all time. Creation and experience are eternally going on, but any particular experience is measured by time and has a beginning and an end. So I want us to look at this awesome, you know I love Charlotte. Ran into somebody yesterday that said, you're not from Charlotte, are you? I said, not originally, I've been here 23 years. She said, I still hear where you came from. Yes, you do. Every now and then I go home. But I want us to look at this beautiful city. This beautiful city is filled with trees. Awesome, beautiful trees. And if you come out of New York, trees can be very precious. You may not see too many trees because we cut them out and move concrete in the way. So some of us had to go to Central Park to get a tree. So when you come to the city, because you have been deprived of looking at trees all the time, you appreciate trees. So I spent a great deal of time communicating with trees. Yesterday I was in somebody's backyard, it was late, and there were these beautiful fir trees, and it was almost like one tree, but it was many. They were all together in this arc. And it was just awesome. I don't know if anybody else saw it. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. But I want you to think about a particular kind of tree, and this tree is a deciduous tree, and it changes for the seasons. And about this time of the year, it prepares for the change. It has its branches out, just extends its arms. The leaves are on it, and when they are ready and they've had enough, they fall. They fall to the ground. And if you happen to observe that they generally down to the ground. They are letting go and just moving. I've never seen a leaf go, I've never seen a tree go, you can't go. You got to stay. It simply does this. So I want to look at that. That tree not only lets the leaves fall, but there are flowers and there are seeds. And sometimes the seed will fall right near the trunk, and sometimes it rolls a little bit. And sometimes that seed gets planted in, or a squirrel may come and pick it up and make it travel far and wide and bury it to only begin another tree. So what I know about God and what I know about nature is that it simply opens its arms up and allows. It allows the comings and the goings in life. It allows for change. And what I want to ask you today is, what in your life is like a leaf that needs to fall to the ground? What in your life are you holding on to that is ready to roll on? What in your life is dead that you need to say, peace be unto you? What do you cling to? What is familiar but doesn't work that you want to hold on to? And I invite you to think about how God works through nature. It simply extends its arms. It allows the birds to come, to sit a while, even build a nest if you need. Squirrels may come up and burrow in there. Hang out for the winter, it's okay. And when the spring comes, if you feel that you need to move on, it's okay. If you feel that you need to change. So some of us, right now, are sitting in things that we know we are being called away from. Called to something different, something new. I would imagine that as the seed is being carried off by the squirrel, if it could consciously talk to us, it might be saying, where are you taking me? Where are you going? But it doesn't have any choices. Carried away. See, one of the things about God that I think is so incredible, yet credible, is choice. We are given choice. That is such a precious gift. I can choose to stay in this. I can choose to suffer. I can choose to let it go. I can choose to move into the unknown. I can choose something else. I could even choose to go down a different route to work today. I don't have to go the same way, nor do I need to leave at the same time. I was one of those people as a kid, and maybe I still do it as an adult. I used to find something that I liked for lunch, and I eat it every day. Tomato sandwich. I got a tomato sandwich kit every day. Every day. And part of it was good. I knew what to expect. And I wasn't willing to let it go. And you know what happens with stuff like that? I don't know whether you've done any reading around it, but you acquire an allergy when you eat too much of something. Your body begins to see it as an enemy. You got too much of it in you. And then it begins to attack because it wants to balance itself out. So my behavior was not balanced. So my body has more intelligence and it begins to balance